Good morning, students. Today we study topic number 16, heredity and variation. It is very important topic. It includes inheritance, heredity, characteristics and their appearance, Mendel's law of inheritance, disease due to the chromosomal aberrations. Okay. It in this topic we are going to study how the characteristics are transferred in animal from one generation to the other generation. Okay, we know that in animal there is a great variation, and that is why the biodiversity appears in nature. In this chapter we are going to study the factor that gives variation, or that because of that the variation is occur. There are the many branches, there are many factors, that's why their similarities as well as dissimilarities are appears. Here we should first know about some concept, that is the genetics. It is important in the study of heredity and the variations. It is a branch of biology in which we studies the transfer of characteristics of organism from one generation to the next, one generation to the next generation. Okay, so due to that, what happens, the new progeny or new offsprings are produced in this process. After transformation of characteristics, there may be minor differences or appears from their parents, as well as the great similarities. Rities are appears. We can see, because it is in a progeny, differences and the similarities. That will be depends on the genetical genetics. Okay, if in a asexual reproduction, there is a minor variation. Minor variation means almost in a asexual reproduction, parent and offspring or progeny are same, almost they are same. There is a minor variation, but in a sexual reproduction, there is a great variation. Great variation can be seen in parents and the offspring. Because in a sexual reproductions, characteristics from their both parents, see, characters from both parents are transferred in a progeny. So what happens, their characters are mixing, both parent characters are mixing in their progeny. So that's why their differences appears. But in sexual reproduction, there some similarities are present because of transformations of a characteristics, and these similarities appears due to these characteristics. So the characteristics, transformation of these characteristics is called as a heredity. It's called as a transformation transfer of characteristics from parents to offspring is called heredity. तुम्ही सगळ्या डेफिनेशन लिहून घ्यायच्या वहीमध्ये. ओके. In heredity, the characters are transferred. The transfer of the character, this character transfer characters are called as inherited traits. They are called as inherited traits. Which character transfer? There are many similarities can be seen in a parent and offspring, as well as the differences also appears. These similarities and the differences are because of this heredity. How this inheritance or heredity, how this heredity is appear? See, generally informations here the protein is very important part. And for the synthesis of protein, information is required. That information is stored in DNA. Okay, means protein present in DNA. Okay, then the segment of this segment of DNA that contain this segment of DNA contain all informations for synthesis of protein. This in the DNA of segment, the information is stored for the protein synthesis. This segment of DNA is called as a gene. That segment of DNA is called as a gene. It is so that we should know that relationship of proteins. So that means here in organisms, for the heredity, the proteins are important. Means there is a relationship of proteins in the transformations of heredity. म्हणजे आपले जेवढे कॅरेक्टर फ्रॉम वन जनरेशन अनदर जनरेशन ट्रान्सफर होतात, दॅट ट्रान्सफर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ द proteins. See, we know that in a plant, one category, that height. The plant height is depends on the hormones present in plant. Auxin hormone is there. That is why, because of these hormones, the plant height is increases. But in a plant, there are efficient enzymes are there. Due to these enzymes, the hormones are secreted. Hormones are produced. If efficient enzyme is greater, then hormones are secreted. More hormones are secreted more, and if the more hormones secreted, then plant height increases. If efficient enzyme is lesser, then hormone secretion is less, and that's why plant height decreases. That means like that all characters are depends on these hormones, and that hormones are controlled by this enzyme. If the enzymes are less or more, that will be control the secretions of the hormones. Okay, and then it control the development of the characteristics. Okay, that DNA. Okay, all these are depends on, all these are importance in our development. Chromosome are play important role in heredity. It is present in the nucleus of, where it is present in nucleus of cell. Mainly it contains mainly nucleic acids and proteins. That is the main content of the chromosome. During cell division, chromosome can be seen. During cell division in the chromosome, in the nucleus, the chromosome, they are become visible, means they become dark and can be seen very clearly. In this, the gene which contain the informations for the hereditary characters, in the gene, in the chromosome, the gene is present that contain the hereditary characteristics, which is in the form of a code. Okay, there is specific numbers are, each chromosome is made up of these two arm. One arm is called as a P arm and this one is called as a Q arm. These two are called the arms of chromosomes. They are called as the arms of chromosomes. Okay. In chromosome there is a constricted regions are present. That constricted regions means where they are joined. These are called the primary constrictions. Primary constriction are also called as a centromere. The arms of chromosomes consist of, are made up of DNA. They are made up of a DNA. This is made up of DNA. Okay. In chromosomes, the centromeres are located at the different position of the various positions. On that base, there are four types of chromosomes are there. Types of chromosomes are there. First one, that is the metacentric. In metacentric chromosome, the shape of chromosome is V shape. Centromere exactly at the center, and so that its shape is V shape. Second one is the submetacentric. The centromere is shown near to the last end, near the midpoint. In these chromosomes, the one arm is slightly shorter and that's why it looks like a L shape. Third one is acrocentric. Here one arm is smaller and one arm is bigger. Centromere is near the one end of the arm and it looked like an English letter J. And the fourth one is telocentric. In telocentric, the centromere is present at the end of the arm so that this letter look like a I, English letter I. It consists only one arm. In telomeres, only one arm is present. So these are the four type of the chromosomes are present in our body. Generally, in a in somatic cell, chromosomes are present in pair. Chromosomes are in pairs. That means in our body there are 23 pairs of chromosomes are present. By shape and organization, by shape and organization, they are also divided into two parts. One is homologous chromosome. In homologous chromosomes, they are similar in shape and size organization. And in second, there was the heterozygous chromosomes because by shape and organization they are different, they are not similar, are not similar. Okay, chromosomes of these different pair are, so these different chromosomes in the different pairs heterozygous, they are also called as a sex chromosomes or allosomes, and which are and other are and which are the homologous chromosomes. These homologous chromosomes are so called as autosomes. Okay, in our body there are 22 pairs of, how many? 22 pairs of autosomes and one pair of allosomes are the chromosomes are present. Okay, in the next page we will see the deoxyribose nucleic acid. Thank you.